Hey, what's going on everybody? In this video, I'm gonna show you how we can create some font awesome icons using HTML and CSS. Alright, let's get started everybody. I'm going to direct you to this website, fontawesome.com. This isn't a sponsorship or anything like that, but this is a pretty good place to get some icons. Google Icons is another good source, but I find that Font Awesome does have a large variety of icons. To start using icons from this site, from the homepage, we will start for free, because I don't like to pay for things. You will need a kit. You can type in your email, like fake@gmail.com, then send kit code. Then you just have to confirm your email. Now once you log in, you'll have access to a kit. If I were to click on my kit, I have a line of JavaScript that contains a link to my kit. There's going to be a unique number. Let's copy the script, then place it in the head of our HTML document. Right here. We now have access to those icons on Font Awesome. To browse for icons, go to the Icons tab. Then we can perform a search. I would like an icon of a home or a house. I would like this one, so I'll click on it. You can choose a classic style or a sharp style with sharp corners. This is solid, that's regular, this is light. I'll stick with solid. You can select animations, but I won't use animations for this example. You can rotate this icon, you can change the color, and you can change the default size. This is 2XS, this is 2XL. To include this icon, we can copy this element. It's an I element, so let's copy this I element. Within the body of my document, I can paste that I element, and there's my icon. If you want to remove the color and change it with your CSS style sheet, we can remove the style attribute. If you need something even larger than 2XL, we can change this element up to 10 times the size, with 10x. That's a little too large for my liking. Let's find 3 other icons we would like. I'm going to find the Twitter logo. That's right here. I need to copy this I element. Then I will paste it. Then I'll change the size. FA 5x. Okay, Twitter. YouTube would be good. Copy this I element. Paste it again. I would like the 5x version. FA 5x. Let's select one more icon. Let's go with TikTok. And that is all we'll need. Again, I would like the 5x sized version. Alright, that's a good amount of icons. I will center all of these icons. One way in which I can do that is to place all of these elements within a div with a class of icons. Alright, let's go to our style sheet. I will take my class of icons, then text align center. To right justify these, we can set that to right, but I'll keep them in the center. I'll change the color of these icons. Let's begin with our house. We'll need to copy this entire class. I don't want the sharp version. I will copy this entire class. Then within my style sheet, I will select that class. Then paste the name of that class. Now we can't include spaces. You can replace the spaces with a dot. With our house icon, let's change the color to something gray. Let's go with the lighter color like that. Okay, let's do this with the other icons. Then we have Twitter. Replace the spaces with dots. I will change the color. So let's try and find Twitter blue. I think that's fairly close. Okay, then we have YouTube. Color red. Then TikTok. I think that's fairly close. Alright, now what we'll do is turn these icons into hyperlinks. We'll surround each I element with a pair of A tags. Then within the href attribute, we can set that to some website. I won't set the href attribute to our house icon, but let's do that with Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. So with Twitter, I will set the href attribute to be https://twitter.com. Let's do this with our YouTube icon. Then TikTok. So these should work. Let's click on Twitter. That works. YouTube and TikTok. With hyperlinks, there is some underlined text decoration included. Let's remove that. Let's take our icons, then any anchor tags within our icons class. We'll set the text decoration to be none, and that should remove them. I'll also apply a little bit of margin between each of these icons. Let's do margin right set to 20 pixels. Not bad. For some additional practice when we hover our cursor over one of these icons, let's increase the lightness. Let's begin with our house. Let's copy the CSS properties, paste them. We'll apply the hover pseudo class. I'll increase the lightness by 10%. I went from 66 to 76%. When we hover our cursor over our house icon, it should be a little bit lighter. Okay, let's apply this for the other icons. Then we have Twitter. Apply the hover pseudo class. Ooh, I'm using RGB values, so let me change that to HSL. I'll increase the lightness to 60. Let's do this with YouTube. Then TikTok. Alright, now when we hover our cursor over these icons, they should be a little bit lighter. TikTok is still a little bit dark. Let me increase it further to 30%. That's much better. Alright everybody, that is an introduction to including icons in your web page using CSS.